This is the Between Two Firms podcast, episode 18.
Like, wait a minute, let's reframe this just one second.
These are good problems to have.
And what we can do with money to help our family over generations.
Been working towards my entire career when I decided, you know what, I think I need to do my own thing.
And I'm like, awesome.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Nick Kobos, host of the Between Two Firms podcast. I'm joined by my friend and showrunner supreme, Matt Nomchik. Matt, how's it going, dude?
Doing well. You are gracing us with your presence after a week away.
I am.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I was out last week for my younger brother. It was a twofer. It was a 2-for-1. My younger brother graduated from college and got married in one weekend. So we were running the gauntlet of family events. This whole spring has been dominated by Kobo's family events, but I think there's some rest, some respite now. My poor wife has had to lug our and me, but I fear that she bears the brunt of it. Has had to lug our 3 kids all over the damn place.
Yeah, that's a rough drive, huh? Up to New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah, it was the drive should have been like 9 hours. And it took us like 12 with these children. But we did it. We still managed to do the drive faster than my parents, which I think speaks less to the impact that the kids have and more to the fact that my parents are becoming senile. But that is a topic for another show.
Yeah, got a great episode today with James. But before we do that, do we want to do a little firm update?
I think we should. The question is, what is the firm update? Do you have one, man?
Well, maybe you got something different. My firm update. See, I mean, we're living in like 2 worlds here. My firm update was that our website got a big overhaul.
Yes. No, that was
and kind of in conjunction with that, maybe you can talk about kind of our second leg. The website overhaul maybe isn't that differentiated to people. If anybody happened to go to our previous website, this one is just a little bit sleeker. But it was done so that we could do our next phase, which is niching into a specific industry.
Yep, as Matt is saying, it was phase 1 in a multi-phase operation, and Matt redid the website. It looks great. I don't know who did the previous one, but that guy should have been fired.
Previous one was done in a weekend by me using whatever Nick had already paid for. I just tried to.
Matt did a great job with the new website, and exactly like you said, we're working on niching down, and targeting, like, basically identifying a specific industry to kind of go full bore in. I'd say I'm 99.9% certain what that's going to be.
Nick comes in and makes like a bold declaration about what we're doing, and then he invites discussion, just a little bit of discussion, basically from the team to field, I guess, devil's advocate, because he's decided this weeks ago. And then at the end of that discussion, he's like, "Okay, it's decided." And then
yeah, but you'll notice I'm still not confident enough to say it out loud. I gotta commit.
Okay.
I gotta commit.
Yeah, we can save that announcement.
Yeah, we'll say that. That'll be a future firm update. But yeah, so we're moving in that direction though. We want to get niche down, and we want to get more standardized in the services that we offer and who we offer them to, so we can stop doing all sorts of this, that, and the third. And so Matt's redesign of the website puts us in a position to be able to do that, and then also got us set up on our intake form to reduce the number or the amount of clutter on the sales call calendar.
And that part's old news to
right.
any
We
of
already
the
talked about
previous
that.
listeners. Nick wanted to jump the gun on the form. I got the form ready. He's like, put it up. So that came before the website,
before the rest of the overhaul. So,
but
again, multi-phase operation. This is phase 2 of what is a multi-phase operation. So yeah, that's our firm update. We're gonna have. I mean, now that the volume of accounting work has slowed down, we've got a lot of kind of systems and firm improvement type things going on that will be happening hopefully in a rather rapid succession. I can't talk.
Succession.
Yeah, I got on the second try there, but yeah. So without further ado, though, I think we've talked enough. Jump over to James.
Yep. Let's let you guys get into it.
Sweet. All right, James, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm wonderful.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm really looking forward to having you on. Our guest today, James Heyward from Heyward CPA, coming to us from Durham, North Carolina. So not too far up the road. Yeah, we're down here in Southern Pines. So did you guys get drenched the last few days up in Durham? Did it rain a lot?
We didn't really get drenched. We got our drizzles here and there, but it was cold. It was.
Oh, really? It got cold. Yeah, it got
like
cold.
it got 60. Like it was.
Yeah.
And now today is 90. It's unbelievable.
I know. It was man, it poured down here. Everything's still kind of wet, but
well, we needed the rain in Central North Carolina, so it's
no, for sure. It could be worse,
right?
It could be worse. No, for sure. Well, I'm really looking forward to chat today. We've got a lot of questions that we want to talk through. But before we talk about your firm and your practice, would you mind by just telling me, how did you get into accounting, and then from accounting, what made you go out and start your own firm?
Good, great. I have this answer prepared for you. Well, look, I grew up in the business. My father is an accountant, and I mean, from the earliest, not really correct, but maybe about 7 or 8. I've always worked with him on write-ups. Like, I didn't know they were write-ups then, but I was doing them. So, I've always been there. I mean, during the tax season, my mother and I would help him out here. So it's always been there. And so I picked up some things, through that. I always took accounting in high school. So I was going to be an accountant. That's the whole deal here. I was planning to be an accountant. But then I got into Duke. And at that time, they had fully shifted to liberal arts, so there was no accounting major at Duke. So I got a sociology degree. Long story for a different show. We'll get back to that. So in between that, when I finished school, during school, I DJ'd and I was on a college radio station. I kind of got into the business. So after finishing school, I did a couple of jobs. One job, rent to own furniture, and then I decided to work in the music industry. So I was DJing and I was doing record promotion. That led to me opening a retail store, a vinyl-only retail store in Durham for DJs. So the winds changed. I had gotten married, and with that came buying a house, and the vinyl wasn't moving as fast. So my father said, get a CPA license. So, okay. So I went and did my thing. I basically went and got the courses to qualify for CPA exam, and went to work at a firm, went to work at corporate, and then I started the firm in 2010 when that ran out. So to answer your question in the short, I always planned on having my own firm. Like I was, because I came from owning record stores. Like I was that. And how I got into it, I was essentially born into it. And so, in 2010, I quit my job on June 27th, 2010, and my official start date is July 1st every year, and we'll be coming up on 16 years this July.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, I didn't have any gray when I started.
Yeah, that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. When I don't shave, I'm getting there. I believe that. So, when you were working, how long did you work? When you decided to go get the CPA license, how long were you working at the other firm before you decided to go out on your own?
So I worked in a public accounting firm for 2004. I worked about 2.5 years at the public accounting firm.
Okay.
And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna see what private accounting is about. Try it. And the pay was better. And I did that about 2.5 years. And so I did a 5-year. I mean, so basically I've been self-employed or most of my adult life, with the exception
minus
of
those 5 years.
Yeah. So, and then I just got to the point where, like, corporate accounting is very siloed. In your position, it's very siloed. And coming from public accounting and having worked with my father, you look at the bigger picture. So it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. I was like, this is boring. And then, and I said, but I gotta, one of the reasons for me to get a CPA license was to have my own practice. And it was kind of playing that way. I will admit at one point, the consistent paycheck and the moving up was very seductive, but I knew I had to leave at a specific time before if I went too further and
that golden handcuff will get you.
Yeah, I would have been damn. Like if I had went in and become a manager and on a track to become a controller, I would have been, because I passed while I was working in private. The firm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So in the firm, I got 2 of the parts or 3 of the parts done, but the way the firm was structured, like I didn't really have, it was hard for me to study, and I didn't feel like I was going to be able to pass working there. So the corporate job, the 2 things I did get time, like before the test, to get, like a week off 2 times. I had to do that. So it allowed me to get it. So once I got the license, the other thing that I realized too was that as a staff member, it wasn't as advantageous as if I had stayed in public accounting. So I knew I would have to, and corporate jobs, you have to like leave companies and all that stuff, and just meeting with people that have been in private all their life. And I was like, no, I'm not. Yeah, I was like, no.
wasn't your cup of tea?
I wasn't a thing. I mean, look, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm a tax guy. I'm a tax guy too. I mean, so I'm
grinder.
So I was like, and then it just felt right. Like that January, I started saving money. I said, yeah, I'm out of here in June.
Yeah.
And
what industry was it when you went? So your corporate experience.
Yeah,
what industry was it?
It was technology.
Okay.
It was technology. It was what was a division of Harris Corporation. It's an old company that used to do radio stuff, and then this company called Harris Stratix that turned to something else now. I forgot what it was. Aviat, while we were there, and but it was technology based. Got me a good chance. I lived out in the Bay for about a month because we were bringing the accounting department back in, half from Montreal and half from San Jose. So I got Northern Cal, for about a month, but I was studying for the exam.
Grinding, taking advantage.
So I mean, it wasn't fun and games, but it was good. It was a good experience though. But I actually tell, like, people call me and either intern or mentor. I say, look, you could come work for me, but this is not. Every place is not like here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that I suggest people, especially want to go work like a year or 2, like do, especially if you like just got out of school, because you're still like programmed to follow. Go do it, and if you feel like private is interesting, if you go do it, and then see where it is, because the accounting profession really has a lot more latitude than I think we talk about, I always tell young, because I know I'm jumping to a whole other subject, but
but it's true. No.
Yeah, we talk about students not trying to get the major, not being interested in it. They deprofessionalized it at the Department of Education and all that. But I think it's positioned as bookkeeping, bookkeeping
Yeah.
and doing taxes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it's positioned. So,
Right.
we get that. So, but I'm glad I did that though.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it. I mean, I'm over here 60 years. The pay isn't as good, but the work is the work is more fulfilling.
Well, there you go. Well,
at times.
that depends on the day. Depends on the day, the time of year, for sure. No,
Yeah.
but that's an interesting background though, because you had an element of business ownership before you even got into accounting, and so I'm curious, was there a lot of overlap? Like, did you draw a lot on your experiences from running the record store when you started the accounting firm, or was it a completely different industry, different game?
No. I think I didn't consciously draw it, but so one of the things that also helped was that when I had the record store and the promotion company, the bookkeeping, I was actually locked into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was experience there. I think what helped the firm more in that time was having had a retail store. So in relating to to clients, understanding retail and
Right.
the basic things I knew, how to set up the company and all these things. But I will tell you, when I started the firm, I had no idea how a CPA firm made money. Like,
Right.
I knew doing taxes, and I'm doing the math in my head because I was doing taxes. I'm like, well, wait a minute. How many tax returns I have to do to like, do some of these numbers I'm reading? I'm like, what in the world? So on that aspect, I didn't really know about a firm, but I think me being in business knew how to survive. I knew how to survive.
Right. How to
off
hustle.
top, like, okay.
Yeah.
And I always had some clients on the side. Like, even when I worked, I still had clients. Like I had, I had, a few clients. So I was always in there. But yeah, that's what I would say most is that I knew how to survive an early stage business because
you've been there. You've been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and it was so true. I mean, your comment about the golden handcuffs. When I talk to folks that are thinking about starting their own firm, that's always the hesitation. Man, it's the jump. It's the jump. And I think you're right that the more senior you get, the tougher that jump gets. But I have talked to some folks that have managed to that they get to be senior enough where they actually have a little bit of leverage and they can take some clients with them, and that's a different game. But I think there's kind of a no man's land there in the middle where you're making enough where it's hard to get out and quickly and replace it overnight. But you're not senior enough to be able to take a book of business with you. I think there's some
now there's something there, and then there's another part is that it's a family decision because when you open a firm or any business, there's going to be a drop off. All right, it just is okay.
It's gonna
I
happen,
know if you scroll on Instagram or watch TikTok, they tell you how they can make $10 million a month after 30 days. But okay, here on planet Earth, you're gonna have a drop off, and so what happens is that things might happen. We might not be able to go out to eat every day of the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
I'd be able to go out Sunday. It's and those decisions a lot of people don't even get there with their spouse. They just kind of say, we're gonna I'm starting. But it's I wouldn't have it any other way though. So that's just me. But it's in me in entrepreneurship. No. So
no, for sure. And you were married when you started the firm already.
Yeah. I was married. Then well, let's just put it away. I'm married again, so it's all good.
Okay.
So
but you're right. I mean, it definitely adds another layer. There's another stakeholder when we talk about making the decision to jump. There's one more person we got to get on board. Yeah. No, that was my experience too. I mean, I was married, had little kids, was leaving a stable job, and it's the scariest part. It's the scariest part is the jump. Those first few months. No, I definitely get that. So when you started the firm, so you leave private, start the firm, and how did you get your first? Where were you finding clients at the beginning? What was kind of plan A, and how has like the way you hunt down new clients changed over time?
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I was doing it the old-fashioned way. So mind you, I learned from my father. You know, and my father coming up, you know, I mean, he would go to the house, do the taxes at the house,
Oh,
pick
really?
up the stuff. Yeah, we
Old
we
school.
old school. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so I came up in that, you know.
Okay.
So when I did my thing, I mean, it was the same word of mouth. You know, hey, yeah, you need a good accountant, call him, all that. You know, the rates are like, you know, I don't know, 150, 175, 250, you know, things
Per
now.
return.
Yeah, per return. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
you're doing bookkeeping or something, you're happy to get 300 a month. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like I look now, but I guess I've been blessed. So what happened was I'm a tech person. So that's my thing. Side note, I originally went to Duke to become a computer scientist and took the intro class and ended up in sociology with the rest of the athletes. I wasn't an athlete with the athletes. Let me say,
Yeah.
This is what happened. I was like, wait a minute, nah, it's not for me. So I was like, binary code. I was like, man, I got it, but I just was like, nah, I ain't trying to do all this. So but I've always, you know, my father bought a PC when I was about that same age because we've been messing and we were trying to use computer accounting software, like from, you know, I was young. So I've always adopted tech, and I was able about the same time, got with a company to build the website for me, for lead generation. That was 2010, and now, yeah, it's worked. I've used it. I mean, yeah, this would be 16 years. We used that site. And we've refreshed it and all the thing. They optimize SEO and all these other things. But I've used it. I worked, I brought somebody in to work on social media at that time. I'm talking about 2013.
Yeah.
Where it was just pretty much reposting kind of got your authority up. I'm doing that, and it helped. The game has changed now, and whatever we discuss today probably will change tomorrow. But
sure, that's very true.
That's that, but that changed. But honestly, that's been our lead funnel. Our generation is from the internet. Like it. You know, we still get the referrals here and there.
Sure,
but our pipeline comes through the internet, and we, for an accounting practice, as far as from what I know, I mean, we get a significant number of leads, like significant number of leads. Like and of course, every lead is not client.
Sure.
But let's just say if they were, I'd be on a boat
not a lead
right
problem.
now. I would be on a satellite phone, like, yeah, man, yeah, like we get leads like that. Like, I mean, it would be like that. So, but what's now we're because of I'm shifting the business model some, we're trying to get the right leads now. Now it's time to get the right ones that'll fit what we're trying to do now. So in a way, it's almost like starting over, but it's just not starting over from zero. It's starting over from where we are, because our next growth pillar, I want to make sure we grow the right way. I don't just want to grow.
Just throw volume, for the sake of volume. Yeah.
You know, and so, which is a fair model. Some people are very successful with that, but
yeah, no, I'm with you. Not the game I want to play. No, I'm with you. So on the website, do you do any? You mentioned SEO. Do you any Google ads or keyword ads, or is it all just SEO and organic?
No, it's definitely been ads.
Okay.
No, I've had Google ads almost about the same amount of time.
Okay. And what has your experience been with the Google ads?
They work. They
Really?
work. I mean, look, the ticket is the ticket. I got I was like in 2024, I had I had health problems. Everybody had health problems there. So I kind of got out the game, and I had this big campaign going. So I actually spent so much money on Google ads, and I brought it down, but they work. I mean, they work. I mean, that like, I've moved back some because I was recalibrating. I've moved some back and been experimenting a little more with Facebook ads.
Okay.
But and that's new, so I can't measure them exactly. But
Sure.
Facebook has a little different, but the Google ads have worked, man. And I can imagine now with the Gemini integration that because we've had somebody that has ran a prompt and we came up in the prompt.
That happened to us for the first time the other day too. I
Yeah,
had a discovery call, and we always ask, where do you find us?
Yep.
And it wasn't Chat GPT, you know, the AI model's not in the drop down. It wasn't an option. And he's like, hey, I actually found you on chat.
Yeah.
And we were blown away.
Yeah.
Because we've done nothing to optimize for that at all.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's super interesting.
Yeah. So, and that's what SEO people are saying, that, you know, being they have a term for it, being AI findable.
Right.
Is it's kind of like the new SEO, you know how these things go. But
right.
But
and
that's
is your SEO, has it historically been, who have you been looking for? Are the target clients when you're setting up these ads, individual tax returns, business tax returns, bookkeeping clients? Is there an industry? Like, who's been the target demographic?
Well, this is what we did. And that's a great question, because that's something we're actually doing now. Most of our stuff has been for general awareness.
Yeah.
And what we've done is we've optimized for the African American community. So, and that's where, you know, words that they might search, but along with the local, near me, you know, things like that.
Like specific to your geographic.
Yeah. So, but now in this model, as we're moving, it's about, I've been on this exercise to not necessarily even changing the website, but other properties we have to have the proper keywords to find the people that we want. And it's then, you know, ICP, ideal client profile.
Yep.
You know, it's a labor of love. I mean, you know, because when you start out, it's whoever will pay me.
Exactly.
Then it goes to whoever will pay me more.
Right.
and so you keep going, wait, I've never done that before, but I can figure it out if they're going to pay me. So, like, you know, so then you get to the point where it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you know, it's like I do this once a year, once for one client and things like that. So, you know.
So relatable.
Yeah, it's the
game. It's the game.
Yeah, it's the game. Like and so you're like, okay, well, wait a minute. I need to, you know, scale down and change. So that's what I'm kind of working with now. I mean, I do know the target. I want to work with business owners, and but not all business owners.
Yep, I'm with you there.
Growth-minded business owners, because where we run into a challenge is that some people, they don't care. They're content where they are. So how many more services can I do for you? I mean, I can do compliance work. See you next year. I mean, you know, I mean, and since we have such a heavy emphasis on advisory, which we'll definitely talk about in a minute or whatever, it's such an emphasis. And you know, people always tell accountants, you need to start doing and thinking about being advisors and this and that. But every client's not an advisory client. And
no, it's so true.
So true. And it took me a while to admit it. I was like, I knew, but at some point you were like, I mean,
no, I've had the same struggle where, I mean, I will see, you know, the client will come in or the prospect comes in and they want bookkeeping or they want a tax return. Usually it's a tax return, and really we sell tax advisory, but then we also sell on the bookkeeping side of the business advisory, which would be like controllership light kind of services, right?
Yeah.
And usually the clients will come in and they want tax advisory, and then we look at the books and we look at the business, and we're like, in my mind, I'm like, brother, you need business advisory. You don't need tax advisory yet, because based on what you're giving me, I can't do anything for you on the tax side, right? Or there's just low hanging fruit that we could be optimizing for on the business side, because they're not, they don't know, because they're not tracking metrics. But it's hard, even though I see that it's hard. I find it can be hard to communicate the value to some clients. And so I've kind of learned that lesson a few times now, of like trying to sell the client what they're asking for, instead of trying to sell them sell them everything at once. Just like sell them what they're asking for today, and then as they see the need, we'll educate them on the need. But it's tough.
It's very tough. I mean, no, you exactly. That's the same track.
Yeah.
And you sit there. What's good, and I like this doing this show and more places to speak about these things. One thing that I don't think small firms, we don't really get to talk practice management, because a lot of the practice management is for like bigger firms, when you have your manager and your senior go, I am the manager and the senior. What are you talking about? like that, but so you feel like it's you, and so the thing with accounting is this is it, because I mean, I'm a trained accountant, even though I have a sociology degree, so we all get this, and I talk with my team about this. I say, look, the stuff is personal to us because we so ingrained to it. So when somebody rejects you, it's like a rejection. I told somebody, I said, if you want to do a dastardly trick to an accountant, just call them and say, you found an error. And every one of them, their head, the back of their head on the back. I'm like, every one of us would be like, oh, what do you mean? What? We'll freak out. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, if you a professional accountant, you just be like, wait, So the thing is getting super personal. You get up there, you looking at the client like, you need to do so and so, and then you looking at them like they don't care. I tell people all and I've started evolving, and so with my team and other accountants I know, I say, look, man, I said, what's helped me is that I realized nobody wants what we do. Like, they don't want it. like we can pretend, they don't want it. If they didn't have the file tax return, the majorities of small businesses wouldn't even deal with it.
Right. Hey. No, that's very true.
Yeah, like so, but they got to do it. So we like castor oil, right? So we're not, like we like that, and so it really helps. And that, and another thing, I think it was Donald Miller, the Story Brand book, where he talked about, every story has a hero and a guide. And, and I started thinking about it, just to reference, like Yoda, and Obi-Wan and Yoda. But we end up thinking we Luke Skywalker. Like, and so when I thought about it, I was like, well, wait a minute. Hold up. Yeah. If you sit that's being an advisor.
Right.
And it takes stuff to get a little personal. So in order to do it, we got to put some accountability into the hero and say, hey, these are your books. They're not my books. This is your tax return. We're here to assist you, and I have a nice long thing I say when I'm being facetious, but our job is to assist the taxpayer in preparing the tax return and reporting their income and deductions to the federal and state and local tax authorities. It's they are the ultimate responsibility at the end. Like I say that, I mean, in what it is, but we don't position it that way, and it doesn't have to be that stoic, but we don't position. So we end up being I've had prospects or clients say, well, if they come they coming to look at you, like if they come audit or something. I'm like,
that's not exactly, right.
Yeah, I'm saying,
we'll see.
We'll see, right? Yeah. So and so we get in these positions where we're the focal point. In short, we make ourselves the focal point, but I don't think it's out of like narcissism. It's just that we just say, well, they don't know what they're doing. That was the old school. Right. They don't know it. Right? So I'm like, no, from the beginning, I've told every client, I said, the term, I don't know my accountant, it doesn't exist here.
Right.
No such thing. You not going to put that on me. Because if so, then what's my percentage of profits?
Yeah. Right. And it's so true that getting the client buy-in is so important. And I don't know, I go back and forth on this of like, do you put energy into getting the client buy-in, or do you just add friction to the sales process so that you only get the clients that have buy-in to begin with? Because sometimes it's tough. Sometimes I think, man, like, we can train the client and teach the client to.
That's my father.
Right?
That's my father. He believes
and then
that.
Sometimes you get burned, and you're like, man, I tried, you know, and right. And so, what's your mentality, or how do you guys? I mean, like operationally in your sales process, and as you're sifting through leads and going through your sales process, how do you determine who the clients are that are worth your time and that have the right attitude towards accounting and place value on it versus the folks that are maybe compliance only and not maybe the best long-term fit?
Care less, right?
Yeah.
It's great. If I had the exact answer, once again, I'd be on that yacht.
No, I'm with you there.
Like that, but it's a science. It's a science. We're going through it too. You know, we actually spoke, you know, at the season. I said, well, what we're trying to do is educate and really get more information. So one way to get more accountability is in the intake. We get most of the stuff through, you know, the website. They sign up, they send a deal, set up in a consultation.
Okay.
So, but we ask questions.
Right.
Historically, we've asked basic questions. You know, are you a business or individual? This, and that. I intend to increase that so we start getting some more information. You know, like what's your income range? What's your, you know, what industry you're in, your entity type, this and that. Where do you put a narrative? Where do you see your business going in the next 2 years?
Right.
That would tell you a lot.
Yeah.
You know, say like, where do you think it's going? Because and it's aligning with the keyword thing. If I said, I want growth-minded people and business owners primarily. So I want growth-minded business owners. So if, you know, we have to find a way to qualify them as that.
Right.
And you know, so our approach is really, we're going to start increasing that, and we're going to do more, because I got burned 3 times since December on jobs. I mean, just was just bad situations, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, I mean, and it's just, and I bumped my head enough to say, no, look, you stop doing this type work. Don't take any more of this kind of work.
Right.
Get out of this. Do that. Work on this, what I'm trying to work on now, and start asking more of the clients. Because it's funny, because I have, you know, my business development director. The one thing I can't stand the term when people say they're interviewing firms. I'm like, interviewing. So we say, okay. But little do they know, we actually interviewing.
We're interviewing
them.
we're interviewing the prospect,
like,
right?
You don't realize it, but we're interviewing them. And so we're trying to just keep building a structure by which we get as much as we can. You can never tell a client's temperament, because, like, I tell other people, I say they all lie. And they're like, what? I said they all lie. They was like, what do you mean? I said, it's not like malicious lying, but a lot of this stuff is like embarrassment. Because everybody's supposed to kind of know about it.
So true.
So you ever get, and they start speaking low, I haven't filed in 5 years. I'm like, it's just me and you. Why are you whispering? Like, it's very.
The shame.
The shame. So so that, and so they won't necessarily tell you everything.
Yep.
It happens to all of us. They're like, you do it, and then you're like, well, what about this? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that. I'm like,
right. No, I had one of those just before this. Yeah.
Like,
no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like, so we won't get everything, but as much as we can to know about them. And one thing, like you mentioned, we really just started doing onboarding calls this season because we were finding out. I mean, people don't read engagement. They don't read any of this stuff. By the way, they do not read it. That's like, it's not so. And so, you know, when they read it, when they got a complaint or a problem, or they trying to get some money back,
that's when they go back and read it. Yeah, right.
Then they go back and read it. So I said, okay, so we're gonna start having to sit down before, so that if you have any problems, and I can hit the eject button in case it doesn't feel right. So we started doing that. You know, and it's but the biggest piece though, I think, is the way we're trying to just put content out. And use that as lead you know, to draw the leads. I'm doing a workshop. I did my first workshop last month. That was May 20th. No, not May 20th, because April 20th. Yeah, it was a week.
We got the
deadline. Yeah, and try to build a core. Like, in a way, I've found a way to merge my previous music and entertainment experience along with what we're doing here, and try to just build dialogues that with people to eventually find the clients. So that's why I said we're transitioning. So might take a few lumps, but
you know, no,
but
for sure.
Ultimately, it's about, because when you get to a certain point, you know, why would you be aggravated in your own company? Like,
no, it's true. And you know what I've also found is kind of on this topic is, at least in my experience, and I'm curious, most of the folks I talk to kind of seem to think the same thing, is that most of the clients that maybe during the sales call, whenever you get that voice inside your head or that gut feeling of like, I don't know, this may not be a good fit.
Say bye.
Anytime that I bring them in, those end up being the ones I have trouble with.
Yep.
And conversely, a lot of the clients that are paying the most are the easiest and the most put together, and they don't and they're easy to get along with, they're easy to work with. Not always, right? But a lot of the time.
As a rule, 80-20, right? 80-20,
right.
Yeah.
And one of the kind of, you know, there's the obvious, like there's the math of it, which is, you know, obviously I'd rather sell more profitable, bigger client, right, than smaller, less profitable. Sure. But the other element of it is kind of what you were saying earlier about us as accountants, like taking it personal, when it is every time that I get on a sales call with a bad fit prospect, and maybe it's a prospect that really doesn't need our services or can't justify spending on our services, right? Because they're just where they're at, no fault of their own. Or maybe it's just not a good culture fit, right? But it makes me doubt the value, right? So for example, like if our beginning, right now, our entity return starting price is $17.50 for an entity return. I had a call just the other day where, working on it. But I, you know, you got a call with somebody and it's their, you know, it's like their first year in business, and they made an S Corp election when they shouldn't have, and all this stuff. And that's not the target client. But in my mind, I'm like, it makes you like, oh man, like this person's not gonna be able to pay it. Like this isn't, but that's just the game, right? And I have found that by filtering those folks out before we get to the sales call, one, it saves my time, it saves time, but it also saves the nagging feeling. You just avoid the doubt altogether, because I think the negatives or the sales calls that don't close stand out to me more than the ones that do. The unhappy clients are louder in my head than the happy ones.
Yes.
Right? And so trying to just get those, just keep them from getting to you and clouding your headspace with like the negativity before you get on the call is doubly important.
I mean, you have just laid out, I think all of us go through it, because I was even thinking while you said that, it's a temptation to say, well, I know you can't afford it. It
We'll make
shouldn't
it
be
work.
that much.
Right.
I'll cut it in half.
Yeah, to discount yourself. Right.
And and this is, look, I've, I've done it. It's a training. It's a method. What you mentioned is a habit, the breaking a habit of listening to that voice. And we want to help people. That's the thing.
Right.
We wanna
Right.
help
That's
them.
right.
But it never fails.
Yeah.
The people you give discounts to will screw you.
Yeah, no, right.
Because it's just, I mean, that's just like rule, period.
Yeah.
It may not be now. It may not be in a couple of years. It may not be in 10 years. But I guarantee you.
Eventually.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
eventually you're going to look at them, even if it's 5-10 years, and you say, man, I got to raise their price. You will think that you have completed a sin against their family. They will go nuts. And then all of a sudden you become the worst account. And then you remember 3 years ago when you didn't, and you're like, oh, so what you gonna do? You're gonna take it personally. You're like,
yeah, no,
now I'm
so
the worst. Yo, look, I totally relate to that. And I think that is something that's ongoing conversations with firms, like, how do we do it? And I see, and I've seen, different presentations by more seasoned practitioners, and their price, they set their price. Like, our entity is similar. That's the same. And I say that because there are practitioners out here that will be significantly low with the same qualifications and XYZ. I'm into this cartel thing, but anyway, you get that out. But anyway, my point is, because like, if you too low, it's like crazy. But this is what we've had this. I have these conversations, which I'm so blessed to be able to do that with my team. I say, look, do you really understand? Well, two things. I'll tell you how we approach it. One is, instead of carving advisory out, I said, we're going to put advisory in everything we do. So every service has an element of advisory in it. For us internally, how they so my movement is to be an advisory firm.
Right.
That does these things. We have to do these things to advise.
No compliance only.
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. And
Right.
that's, and so even because we did packages on the returns, what we did for our base level is that we said, okay, we'll start doing a video for you. We do a Loom video for you.
Yep.
That's an advisory tool.
Yes. 100%.
Doesn't cost us no
100%.
money. You may
Right.
not even watch it. But now
Yep.
my lower tier, when you say the price, like, okay, you get something there, right? But what
Yeah, everybody's
you're
getting
really-
feedback. Right.
Yeah, everybody. Because I was
Everybody.
trying to do it that, okay, you select it, and I just say, you know what, let's just do it for everybody. Just
Right.
raise the rate, do it for
No, we
everybody.
did the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, just like, because you picking and choosing, you have too many items on the menu. So I
Right.
said we'll do that. But when I got to it, I said, look, one thing we do, now a lot of practice, we all kind of do this. I said, what one of the differences we have, we had a client that we were trying to get something done, and we were holding it because we wanted to meet with him to talk about. Basically, he had these self-directed IRA deal, and we didn't realize it was in a self-directed. The rental property was in a self-directed IRA.
Gotcha.
Because usually he has really no expenses there, whatever. So he tried to take some major expenses this year. And long story short, we ain't gonna get into that. We were holding it because we wanted to go over it with him.
Yep.
Eventually, I told client service manager, just go ahead and send it to him. He sent it and he signed it. Like he didn't even want to talk about it.
Didn't want to
And
say,
I was
yeah.
like, okay. But then even 2 weeks after that, we sat down and we talked about it. We kind of postmortem the return and XYZ and increased our knowledge base. And I said, what we're charging for is our process. Our process of preparing tax returns. Preparers as a whole, when it's filed, they're not going to think about the client anymore. Like,
Right.
you may or may not come back. But
Right.
for us, we have a meeting once a week. We talk about every client. Like we gotta talk about the clients. We really tracking what we have to do next week or something like that. But sometimes a conversation with a client that we might have finished already, or you know what, so and so had the same situation. We're connecting the dots. We're doing
Right.
things. So now I know how to approach your situation. Well, guess what? That has a value.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, you really can't pay for that value because I'm taking that. I'm speaking to other colleagues. I'm talking about, we live this stuff all the time.
Right.
So
right.
if where we go wrong as accountants is we continue to put our value in those pieces of, well, formerly those PDFs.
Yeah,
that
and the
we
output
get.
and the work
Yeah.
in the product. Yeah, and the deliverable.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and I've done it too. I mean, I've kind
Yeah.
of said that, but there's a marriage between the deliverable and your process.
Yep.
You
The
know, because
relationship and the context and
the content, yeah. And I'm just saying, like, we making it easy for you. Like, we're fully virtual now. So, I mean, I don't meet anyone in person unless, well, they get charged if I meet them in person like that. Well, not me. I don't meet too many people at all. That's my goal. But the process, all these things, I try to position them like these are conveniences for you. This is to make this 1 year thing better. So that's where I'm evolving more to figure out what we're not charging them because of the form. Yeah, anybody could fill out the form, but does that person even understand
what
where
they're
they
putting
put
into
something,
it? Yeah,
or the
right.
law behind that particular line? Do they
Right.
really understand that?
Right.
We do, and if we don't, we go look it up, and if
Right.
we don't, we go call a colleague. Well, you
Right.
know what? For that type of work, you don't see it. It's like you don't want to see how the sausage is made.
Right.
But then when it's time to pay, you want to know how I made the
Yeah.
sausage.
No, it's true. That's very true.
You know, what can
No,
you
it's
do?
so true. No, I mean, it's so true. And I heard who was it? I think it was on a Jason Stats podcast. I mean, podcast where he said, just go to TurboTax, and even you go to TurboTax or H&R Block, and their prices are going way up. And a lot of folks, I've seen it when we get the prior year return from new clients, and you see what the prior preparer billed them. And some of these folks, I'm like, I don't know how you guys keep the lights on because you're billing less than TurboTax. And it's a CPA, right?
Yeah.
Or right, it's a firm.
Yeah.
It's just it baffles me. But no, I think you're 100% right. You mentioned a second ago that you kind of built out service packages, and at the bottom package, even the bottom level, everybody's getting at least the Loom video, walk through the return. How have you structured your other packages? So if level one is the return and the video, kind of walk me through the progression.
So the next level is basically on touches.
Okay.
So, we have the middle package is more for people keeping up with their estimated payments.
Okay.
So estimated payments, and we're going to touch 2 times a year. Sit down, talk with them, see if anything changed. But we'll calculate the estimates and do that.
You'll calculate the estimates at the time that the prior year return is done, or does that include adjusting estimates and projection? Okay, got it.
Yeah,
So we're going to meet twice, and then we'll make
Yeah.
adjustments as necessary.
Yeah, and then the top level is similar, but it also has like if like something major change, we do the projection, but more so we meet 4 times. So we'll meet 4 times a year if you go to the top package.
Okay.
So and the packages they're going to evolve. That's one thing I have to get patience with myself is that we talk about it sometime that we have to appreciate it like as a laboratory. So
yeah.
No one likes losing clients. I mean, we like losing some of them, but that whole addition by subtraction thing, it happens. But if you don't, like they say, nothing in business is truly a failure if you learn from it. So it is back to one of the earlier points you made about selling them what they want against what you want them to be. It's you got to learn from it and be like, I might be doing too much, and just say, you know what, I'm not. We don't need to do all that, like that. And so I say for my packages, it took a long time because when I was trying to do the accounting packages, I could never really get it right. I couldn't get it like the way I wanted it to, which now we've evolved that.
You mean on the bookkeeping, like the monthly accounting services
I
side?
couldn't never get them right. Like they never felt right. Or once I thought they were right, we tried to sell them and it didn't work. And then
why is that? Just because the different businesses are too different and they need too much different stuff, or what were the issues you were having there?
I think in the mindset at that time, I was still presenting it as the deliverable. I was making the package based on the deliverables rather than being the deliverable and saying making the package that you part of this system we got here.
Yeah.
Which is why we changed. Right. So now I've launched a do-it-yourself package, and it's pretty much we provide oversight. So we train them up to do the basics, and that's what I say is leveraging the technology. Train them up to get the product in there, to get basically we all got bank feeds, whatever service you got bank feeds, go in there, teach them to go reconcile that. Okay, boom. It could be you, it could be someone in your office, it could be your spouse, it could be a child. I don't care who it is. All right. But what it does for me is I don't have to ask you for any bank statements. So right. I get to tell you, oh no, this goes in. So we monitor it. Now that we meet 4 times a year, go over the books. That always turns into a tax session. Like it just but it's more about touch. It's more, and that's why I said our stuff is about accessibility. So taking people's stuff in and doing book. I'm not accepting any of those new ones. I'm not
for ongoing bookkeeping, where you're going to do the books. Okay, really? No. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know this is on recorded, so I had to stick to it. But no, I mean seriously, it's it's like a deposition. So, but no, we're not. I'm getting out of that. If somebody has a write up to do a return, yeah, but ongoing bookkeeping, we haven't been able to do it the way, and I think it's because we've always done write up, but I want to stay on time and go look at it, and it doesn't interest me. But what our BYOB program, Be Your Own Bookkeeper, is a basis in that. I have a few clients on there, and it works well. We use Xero. We train them on it. Okay. 3 training sessions. We get them there. We're there to hold their hand. If something comes up, and we go meet them, and 4 times a year. But with the programmatic nature, it allows me to add more features to so I'm always looking for a low cost feature to add, and it's not necessarily for the existing client. It's like something I could further along, but it keeps it at a price point. It's not crazy. The model is, look, I don't have a dominant client, one that if they
key
go
man risk. Wow. Right.
Yeah, that's but that's where I'm shifting towards that, and more, and it's more like a product and service in a way. But it's that's where where I want to head, because it's just too much, because you get and I just look at it like this, that you and I both know that most of the clients and the people we run into, it's not that it's not about their intelligence. They don't have the aptitude for sitting and looking for $2.50 to reconcile. They're not going to do it, right? So, and at a certain age, we're going to write it off. But, my point is, they don't have that. I think business finance, we talk about the lack of knowledge in personal finance. Business finance is even less. People don't know. So, but what's going to happen is the dominant technology now, like AI, is going to make people believe that, I could just use AI to do my bookkeeping. And you and I both know what that's going to look like. It's going to look like the people that Intuit and all their brilliance has made everybody believe that QuickBooks is their accounting system. Even if you sign up for it and don't use it, you got it covered.
Yeah.
I know you've had plenty of people. So what accounting system you have? I have QuickBooks. I never logged into it. I installed it.
Yep.
Never used it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm looking at it like, okay, I don't look at AI as a threat. I'm like, because I know even that is going to be a level that they're not going to go beyond with AI.
Right.
So, and as long as we are working with people until the robot overseers take over, that you have to communicate this to people.
Yeah, right.
And we're recording data of people's actions, everything about that. So my thing is like our time is better spent communicating with the people than aggregating data, especially since we have these tools to aggregate data.
These new tools, yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
And I'm not asking you to become a bookkeeper. You're not going to become a bookkeeper, okay? Right. So like we're going to say put this here, put this there, follow it. We'll check it. If you have a question, email us, something like that. You certainly not going to become an accountant because you're not going to, make adjusting journal entries, amortization, loan payments, all that, breakout design. But you will become a more knowledgeable business owner because you'll have your hands in the dirt.
And a sense of ownership over it. No, for sure. For sure.
And that's kind of the where I'm building it. It's sometimes you're like, man, you know what? but so you think about it, we have a hard time getting people to buy into our traditional services. So you get something else, and they're like, want me
are you doing tax returns for businesses that aren't doing that service? That aren't doing bookkeeping?
Yeah. And oh my gosh, you talking about?
Because that's something I'm thinking. We talked about making our entity tax returns bookkeeping only, or meaning if we don't do the books, we're not going to do it.
No,
but we don't do we don't have a kind of reviewed package. But anything we can do to shift. I mean, even if you're doing kind of what you described as we're hey, you do it, we're reviewing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can be doing that review in October, November, December instead of January, February, March, right?
For the whole year. Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, I mean, you've just been bit, or we've been bit too many times on. Here's the books ready for the return, and we get halfway through and like, this is a dumpster fire.
Right.
Like we can't.
Or you're like, oh, you didn't tell me about this other. Oh, so that's where all these checks went to this other company you didn't mention you had.
Yeah.
Like,
I had one of those. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know I needed to report that. Yeah. What do you mean? It's like, so, no. The people that we have in that, man, that's what it makes it sweet. Like it does because, and you connected. So you have because one of the hardest things too is for us to actually go look at our clients. Even if we doing the books, sometimes you don't look at it. Like you're so busy trying to get it done. You might look at it, but you don't process it. You can't think about it. So, we hoping to move it's a seamless thing because now, even when my preparer, it's like, oh no, we don't have to call for the bank statements. Oh, we were missing the August bank statement. July and September's there. Like we don't have to do that. It's there. It's on them. They might have something that's sitting out there, and you have to make an adjustment. Like I close the books. Technically, we're supposed to close the books on the quarter, but most of these folks, ain't still close. So we close at the end, and we able to do that. We do that time of that. We got the stuff to go do the return. And so now we can get even deeper in the return.
Yep.
We can get into it. So but even if you're doing it in-house and you have that type of thing, what I find is that when you have these, once you get a process and it kind of streamlines and you have somebody that sits outside of it, it takes away resource just in terms of time and attention. You're like, so I got to do something different for you. To do it. Now you gotta do what you gotta do because you gotta pay your bills. But it's like trying to
it's like once you hit that capacity, instead of adding capacity and then scrambling to fill it with whatever junk stumbles in the door, keep the capacity the same and get better and better stuff for better and better client, better and better work. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
instead of sprinting your whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because as I say, after a certain point, I refuse to be aggravated in my own firm. Like,
Yeah.
Stress is part of it. Obligation, accountability. But aggravation? Like, that had to be insane to do. Like, why would I do that?
Subject myself to punishment. Yeah.
Yeah, like, why would I do this with these clients that don't appreciate me, clients that I'm always wrong, clients that don't want to pay, why would I do that to myself? And any practitioner thinking, you have to think about it, because at the end of the day, there are more of them than they are of us.
That's right. That is so true.
Yeah. So, and if they feel as though, they know, I've gotten away from taking it personal. Okay, go ahead, do it. So, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's just enlightening to hear it. As I said, you hear from other practitioners, like, because you think it's you. You like, oh.
Right.
like you just think it's like, oh, we suck. No one likes us.
No, right. No, it's so true.
Yeah, you just like, they do that. So, but no, I think, and I just think we're evolving. I think you had different, the firm owners are just younger people now, grew up with technology. There's some of the old timers, man. I had a partner that was looking at buying a firm where the lady was still mailing in all the returns, and this was like 2 years ago.
Oh no!
I'm like,
oh no!
I said, what?
Yeah. Who's gonna buy that?
Precisely, because
that's the problem.
You're gonna lose because someone's gonna come in. They're not gonna do that. But now they can't.
No
they
way.
can't even do it.
Yeah, right.
So, and then you spoiled them so bad that they had. I have another friend. She bought a firm, and the woman she had like 900 clients. I mean, she told me that. I said, "You had what?" I was like, and it was just, somebody who had built it up over years and stuff like that. Hard to be transferable. So,
yeah.
No,
it's tough.
Learned. Yeah, it's not. So, but there's different ways to be successful, but it's just sometimes, man, this is, you get challenged sometimes. Well, why should I come to you? You shouldn't. Don't.
No. I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said. There's more of them than there are of us. And it's one of the coolest things about being in accounting at this point in time is we do just have so much power and flexibility to kind of make it what you want to be. And like you said, for folks that are starting out, those first few months, that first year or two, you got to fill the book. But once the book is full, you like. There's a lot of flexibility to kind of make it what we want. And we've talked to folks on the show who've been at it 6 months and they got a full book of business. Yeah. And so it's quick. It's relatively quick. Yeah.
It's big out here.
Much more than other industries. And I'm like much more than some of the clients we talk to who have big capital intensive businesses. And we're blessed in that regard.
Yeah, so we good. But I think doing shows like this, and it's important to... I don't, as I said, there's more practice management conversations with smaller sole practitioners, small firms, because our clientele is different. I mean, the regional firms, mid-sized firms, I mean, they're dealing with something completely different.
Yeah, it's a different animal, different game.
Yeah, but I love it.
Oh, for sure.
It's a good show.
Well, cool. No, I appreciate it. Well, I want to move us to kind of our closeout questions. We've got our final same five questions we ask every guest at the end of every episode. And so we'll jump into them. Number one, do you have a favorite business book?
E-Myth.
That's a good one. I love the E-Myth. I love the E-Myth.
I was going to start thinking, I was like, no, it's E-Myth. I reference it almost daily, just speaking with people. So
no, it's such a good book, and that's one that I've it's been great for us internally, and it's one that I recommend to clients a lot as well.
Yep, I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's a
if
great
people
book.
read some more, I would buy some and give it to them, but they don't read it. So.
You just summarize it in a Loom video for them.
Yeah,
there
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That is for real. Hold on, that's a great idea.
Well, then you got the read receipt. Then you can see if they watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna call my business director in a minute. I'm like, you know what we need to do? Oh, wow, that was a good one. Okay, good.
That's
Good. I
funny.
like that.
Well, what about do you have one system or tool that you guys use? We didn't really talk tech stack, but do you have one system or tool that you guys use in your firm that you couldn't imagine running the firm without?
Jetpack workflow.
Jetpack workflow. Okay, I've heard about Jetpack. Is that practice? Is that you guys use that for practice management?
Oh, it's more workflow management. It's not.
Okay.
I know some of the other ones like Carbon and some of them are like holistic. I mean,
Mhm.
we modulate it, but but Jetpack workflow is provided the structure for me to manage the client service aspect and hereby help my manager manage it. Because coming from being a sole practitioner and learning from a sole practitioner, I still have sole practitioner tendencies. And
you mean the like bottleneck or silo information where like know it,
like,
and so yeah.
Or even something will come up and I'll still say, oh, I'll take care of that, and I'm not going to take care of it.
Instead
like,
of
you know, like I'm not. So, but with that, and we're still. I mean, I've had Jetpack probably 5-6 years.
Okay.
But the implementation with all these softwares is implementation.
Yeah.
Where it works, we probably took the biggest leap last year to this year.
Okay.
Utilizing it, and but number 2 would be Help Scout. Help Scout is the best.
Really?
Oh yeah, like so. I mean, since you asked, right?
Yeah.
We instituted a support desk probably in 2015. I went with the support desk model, and one, to keep emails out of individuals' mailboxes. We have full visibility. We have a mailbox strictly for support, so it's client-related issues that goes there. Our admin Stephanie, she's the message police, so she makes sure that we follow up. And I really don't. In my personal email box, I will say I don't get client like work stuff. Some of them
goes to that shared inbox. Yeah,
it goes to the shared inbox.
That's huge.
Yes, and it's probably even ahead of Jetpack because just in running because it allows it. If someone is out, we can find it. We can find something on it, and we put notes in there in the ticket. So, that's something. But those are the 2 I would say 2 for sure. Everything else, the technical software, it comes and goes. You
sure. No, but that's so true, and I love that. We do the same thing of trying to let the admin kind of absorb the incoming communication, so that the accounting team only sees the stuff that only the accounting team can answer. Because it's just that distraction of just seeing emails or chats or whatever come in. Yeah. No, that's I haven't heard that one before, so that's perfect. Okay. Well, cool. What about do you have any events or conferences that you're planning on going to this year or in the coming year?
I don't know. I mean, I would have gone to ZeroCon, but everything's more expensive now.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. All right. As of right, I'm going to the IRS forum in New York.
Okay.
In August, I am going there with my father.
Okay.
So, that's the only one I have scheduled right now. I think I keep saying I'm gonna go to the digital CPA conference, but I think I'm at a point right now. I don't think I can absorb too much more information without dealing with the information I already have.
Yeah. No, you need time to implement no more than you need to go absorb. No, I get that. I get that a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and every day yes, the struggle is you get new ideas coming in faster than you can put them into play. So no, I totally get that. Okay, well, cool. What about hobbies? When you're not running the practice, what do you like to do outside of work?
do work in something else. No, I mean, my biggest hobby. All right, I'll give you the thing. I like riding my bike.
Okay.
Theoretically, I'm, you know, I do like riding it, and I'm saying this for myself to keep reminding myself that I like riding the bike.
Are you like street bike or motorcycle?
A street, like, you know,
Street bike,
bicycle,
like pedaling,
like,
getting
like
after it,
pedaling,
getting after it.
yeah, like
Okay,
pedaling.
okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. You know, I can say the things. I can say the prerequisites that was on everybody's dating profile. I like eating and travel.
Yeah, right.
Like everybody got
I'm
the
with
same
you there.
thing they like doing and working out. Like that's everybody's joint. But I think no, primarily my hobby now, which I really have to remember this is a hobby, is in music production.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the DJ and then the music. Yep.
Yeah, it's a hobby, but I keep thinking about how I can make money at it. But it's like it's a hobby, and so I sometimes I give myself too much grief because I'm like, you don't do this stuff professionally anymore, and you need to chill out. And then I just drive myself nuts.
Just let it be fun, kind of thing.
Yeah, I have a hard time doing that. It's like, oh, but I'm getting there. And I play a few like real geek video games on the PC games, like strategy, real time strategy.
What are your strategy games?
I have. Let's see. Well, Civilization.
Oh my god, I was gonna say I love Civ. I love Civ.
Yeah,
if Matt were here, my teammate Matt, we used to. We
So all right. And then City Skylines. I'm like this.
Okay.
I'm junkied out on that, and but I have like 3 other games that I haven't even played yet, so I don't even need to buy anymore.
You need time to play the ones you got.
Yeah, I need to play the ones I have.
Man, one good game of Civ, you'll look up and it's been a week. So.
Yeah, you just just all out of it. And I've been playing Skylines. Well, I haven't even hit Civ. I think I'm gonna hit Civ this summer. Like I'm just.
Is Skylines one of those like city simulators?
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah. I'm real geek like that. Yeah.
I used to play. There was one Sim City.
Sim City, yeah.
I used to as a kid.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it was similar to that. So, and I have this other one. I can't never remember the name. It's a war one, but it's real serious. It's like detailed. I'm like, nah, this is too much. I need like. So, I need stuff simple because I'm usually playing at the end of the day. I don't.
I'm doing this to relax. Yeah.
I don't need something. I'm really getting in, and I'm afraid to play the war game. I mean, Civ is the part of the reason I've been chilling on Civ too is because I don't know if I can handle the losing in battles. Like I'm like, like right now, so I'm like, wait a minute, I had to be calm. I haven't been calm. Well. During the tax season, I don't need anything that's like confrontational because I don't know how I might react. So that's
that next Loon video might be heated. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just start getting crazy. So, but yeah, so it's video, but the music, doing some stuff. So learning.
No, I love
learning
it.
to play piano.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely can't play the piano, but I respect. I think there's value in the music. We've got young kids, and I've been thinking about getting an electric piano because I think it's a good thing to have just sitting in the house, something to play with,
Yeah, well, one thing that I've read quite a bit is that it does. Like your mind, it helps your mind. Even learning as you get as an older
100%. I 100% believe that. Yeah,
and that's well, I mean, just on 100, because my mom, she passed away, but she had dementia, so it's always in the back of my mind. Like I want to make sure I keep rolling, and it's there, but I have to make sure I gotta make it fun. I'm not trying to make a living from it, but I mean, if I make a little,
that wouldn't be the worst thing. Yeah. Well, right on. I'll if you drop anything on Spotify, you'll have to.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah,
let me know. Yeah, listen.
But I mean, seriously, really, my thing is to make sound beds for the videos I'll be doing. So I'm like, okay, I'll make sound beds for videos.
Do your own sound, okay? And make your own little jingles. Yeah.
So like we do that, then it makes sense. So
that's cool.
And then that's how I make money because I do have it under a whole nother company, but we'll do that another time. We'll talk about it.
Can't help ourselves. No, I'm with you there.
No,
I'm
I
with you
can't. I just can't. So.
Well, right on. Well, cool. What about is there a place where folks can go to connect with you or find out more about you?
Absolutely. You can go to heywardcpa.com to check us out on there. But I really want you to go to our YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, we'll link them both.
Yeah.
We'll put them both in the show notes.
Yeah. Because for the last 4 years, we got like an episode 110 or something. We've done a bi-weekly podcast. Myself and Corey Franklin, who is the business development director, we've done a podcast on Saturdays at 11 o'clock. And we've done it, and we've called them and we've done pretty, it's good. I mean, we still have to build the, first 100 we're practice anyway. So
that's how, that's the game.
But we've done that. So it's part of what I mean by trying to put information out, and have people there. So it's really, our viewership is kind of in a circle, but I'm doing more this year to try to build that with intention. And as I said, I'm holding a workshop at that slot. So this week we happen to be replacing the podcast with me doing
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we'll link the website and the podcast in the show notes, and people can check it out.
So whenever it comes out, and we're going to probably do that regularly, that like in a certain point of the quarter, we're just going to have the workshops.
Gotcha.
It'll be at the same time.
Push them out.
There. So people, whenever you're there, but yeah, check us out. I mean, give you a chance. Ask Heyward CPA is one of our segments coming out. That's a video series. We're going to ask some of the general questions we get all the time.
Right.
And I'll try to answer it in my humorous but informational. Well, it's not yet humorous. I'm the humor, but
no, 100%. I that's something we've talked a lot about doing, is like just having that content library of like all the questions that you get 17 times a season, and just having the library where, hey, boom. Because man, I can find a video that somebody else has done to send the client, but that feels wrong. So just having our own videos, and and we walk them through the concepts. Yeah.
Do it. I tell everybody we need to do it. Just do it, because this is the industry we're in now, and we kind of could build it. I mean, it's like, yo, dude, this is where people are. People don't. When I was joking, but I wasn't. Like, people don't read. Like, really, they watch videos now. Like, they, reading seems like it takes too long. So, I mean,
if you're like me, man, this podcast on 2 times speed, and I'm just
oh my gosh, my wife on TikTok. She, I'm like, she's watching TikTok videos, and it sounds like the Chipmunks, and I'm like, how are you listening to this? And she just, and they're like,
twice as fast, baby.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what is the point? I'm like, I'm like, whatever, do you? It's all good, but yeah. But that's where you can find us. Those are the 2 main places. But we also on Instagram, Heyward CPA Live. I filled out the form, of course.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna link them all. We'll link them all. Perfect.
Yeah, like a great college student, I did it.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, we appreciate it.
Before I logged in, so.
We appreciate it. So, well, James, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. And like I said, we're right down the road. So
but we got to get up.
If you ever want to get some lunch, or go play some golf, or have a coffee or something. You a Durham Bulls guy? You ever go to Durham Bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, everybody goes to Bulls game to eat.
I love doing that.
Yeah, that's what you. But I mean, we're down there. My wife and I come down there sometimes. Oh, in fact, when did we last go? Some birthday or something. We went to Ashton's.
Okay.
And where is that? That's in Southern Pines. Yeah,
it's in Southern Pines.
Yeah, it's
it's like it's not far from our our office is in Southern Pines. We're like a mile.
Are you near the train tracks? Are you near where the?
Well, kind of. We're not like on Main Street, but we are almost walking distance. If you know where Red's Corner is, it's like a little food truck kind of area that's right by the downtown.
Oh yeah, like it's like a bridge go. Yeah,
a little outdoor. There's like little bridge that. That's where we're at. We're near there.
Oh,
so we're right down the street. Yeah, if you're ever in our neck of the woods, we'll
No, I know.
conduct a link
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And,
'Cause, yeah, I'm down there. Well, my uniqueness. No, anyway, I got married old, so my wife and I still have our individual houses, and her individual house is in Sanford. And so that's why.
Okay.
That's why
That
it's
brings you
really
down here to the
incorporated
Sand
area
Hills.
of Sanford. So I've been in the area a lot. Like I know the area.
I was gonna say, okay, I got you.
Yeah, so that's the full disclosure there.
Well,
So,
we're not too far. We're not too far.
yeah.
So,
But
I
definitely.
dude, it's a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming on. And
my pleasure.
I'll be looking forward to crossing paths at some point either in Durham or down here.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Sweet. Well, that's our episode with James Heyward from Heyward CPA. Many thanks again to James for taking the time to come on the show. Had a great time chatting with him. What did you think, Matt? Matt. Well, before you tell us anything, Matt, we got double booked today, and so Matt missed the first few minutes of our interview. But,
yeah, I missed maybe the first third of the interview, but from what I did hear, I thought it was a great discussion.
There, break. Sorry, I shouldn't have even brought that up.
No, it's fine. I think it's fine to bring up. I think it's relevant. That's partially why you had a different background today. Also,
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry. Let me do it again. Now that I messed it up. All right, everybody. Well, that's our show with James Heyward. Many thanks again to James for taking the time to come on. Had a great time chatting. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I thought it was a great episode, great discussion with James. Another local guest of the podcast, semi-local in the Raleigh-Durham area. Had a chance to take a look at his website, what you guys were discussing, and I think he's got some good stuff there. And he's also hosting a podcast, which you guys got into a little bit, and we'll link down below. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty neat discussion.
Yeah, I had a great time, and it's just the whole fun of doing this is just meeting new people, and we just getting to know more folks in the space, and especially folks that are local / semi-local. It's just too much fun. So, well, anyway, we'll let you guys get back to it. We'll hope to see you on the next one. If you got any value from this episode, please take a second to share it with somebody else who might also get some value from it, and or drop us a like or a comment. And
fill out our, as always, if you know anybody that's interested in listening, or you yourself are interested in being on the show, guest application is in the description. Go check out James's information and all his links, and we'll see you guys on the next one.